Okay, that was the one chord at the end. And yes, here we are back again with another live stream. And yeah, I'm just playing around with a nice sound with Bluetooth. Say, no, it should be different. So C minor, D sharp major, F major, and then another one, but I'm not sure. Yeah, that's totally different. Yeah, chord progression is always a fun thing. Okay, great that everything is good. Yeah, welcome to another live stream, and we are very busy. Most likely you noticed that we had a another newsletter that we have Prisma available now, and you can install it. We had it already a few days ago, but we announced it now. And of course, Prisma is very cool if you have all the current products. And so if I would go over here, let me see. This is sub-boom bass. Oh, I did not have it in this section here. So let me add a track, instrument, and then its Prisma is now also VST3. So if I go to synths and I go to Prisma, you see it's also now VST3. Yeah, audio shuts down because I'm loading it. So you also can use it now in Cubase 12. You still need to have the VST 2.4 installed of our plugins because it Prisma is VST3, but it loads in the 2.4 versions. We have some new presets which I played last week already. You will find them, for instance, in what I mentioned in the newsletter in Super Pads. And then if you go to the Bank Manager, up here you have the Bank Manager. You can press Order by Date, and then you see the new ones are on top of it. So we have Predator 3, Pad 1 and 2, Stay Anna, Swap Pad, which is very nice analog pad sound. So and this one is also very nice. Meet VP, so it's the synthetic crier. So this is a very nice pad sound combined with the vowel filter using the choir sound, which is also from the Roland VP 330, the way they do that in the analog string machine. And if you open this preset, you see it's Predator 3, and you still can edit it, but you see here's the vocal vowel filter is used, and also a 12 dB bandpass. I'm not sure why I use that. Maybe it's because to get even more a choir sound. So the other one is the strings. So I can press solo here. So this is really a synthetic choir. Of course, if you combine it with other ones, with another string on top of it, this is the string sound. And you really have a nice layer sound. Some deep monks below. So that's one of the new ones. I like this one, and we had also another one. Of course, Prisma is a free product. If you own one product, at least one product, then you can go to My Products and request the Prisma. Of course, it makes most sense if you have the Explorer 7 bundle. Then you can use all the instruments. And in the Explorer 7 download page, we have also the Prisma edition, because Prisma has also all the presets which use the Predator 1 or Punch 1, so that you still can use also the other presets with the older products. So we maintain that. So that's the Prisma edition in the Explorer 7 download page. And if you don't see Predator 3, go to the logo. There you see the logo. And then here on PC, you can set the VST plugins. That's the default location we always use. You can change it yourself during install. But then if you use Prisma, you need to mention to Prisma where these programs are, of course. And then, so if you don't see Predator 3, then you do rescan plugins. It does rescan, and then you will see it. Now, what we also have, you see, we have different scales of user interface. I use 150% now, and yeah, you can even go to 200%. So, of course, we hope to have far more presets in the near future. Let me play another one. Oh, this is the, I didn't play this one. It's a nice combination of BIT and Predator 3 doing some analog style stuff. And yeah, the other pads, let's see what we had. The other one. Oh, that was with the shimmer on top. So that's another one. And then we have pad number 2. And you see, please loading, so that because it needs to load the plugins. This one uses a very thin combined with a more mellow one. So then that's cool. I mean, you can have 4 layers, but you don't have to use 4 layers. 2 layers already can be enough in terms of making a great sound. Okay, wrong note. So these are the 1, 2, 3, 4 new ones. And of course, there are plenty more super pads inside Prisma. Yeah, the other ones we had in the classic stack. And there we have a sequence stack, which was pretty cool. Let's play. Maybe we even have a beat. Background is a little tambourine and a kick more. So that's cool. You can combine 3 sequences together. Yeah, that's a nice one. We had another one, stack 2. See what that one was. Also 3 times Predator 3. So that's another one. There's still some little bugs I noticed, but and we had the robot on tabla, more of joke sound. So there will be far more in the future. So that about Prisma has these 3 different user interfaces, sizes, and yeah, and you can load now Predator. Of course, you can, if you go to the user presets, you can create here a new preset, start from scratch, combining your own presets. It's really fun. Okay. And I go out of this one, plug in the manager. Then we have also today, we updated, maybe we can recall 2 weeks ago, I did this API Distort thing with the Disrupt sphere, jumping back, and I did try to record the automation. But it did not work very well with the spring back feature. We fixed that, so there's also a new version from API Distort and Delsane. So let's see if I have this tambourine here. And I go to the mixer. Is this the tambourine? Let me see. Or is this the kick? That's the kick. So now essentially, okay, let's go. You see this? And I tried to record this last time as a parameter, but that didn't work out. So let me make these a little bit longer here because I'm cycling in 1 bar. So I make the cycle a bit longer, start from bar 1 and go up to bar 25. So I have this distortion bass drum, and the cool thing is now I go back again to API Distort with the spring back feature. And for the ones who never saw this, this is API Distort 2. It's just recently released a few days ago, I think. Oh yeah, about a few days ago, I think. Last week it was, yeah. And here we have the Disrupt. The Disrupt you can address to different parts. And if you see, the sphere goes back to the center. Well, this is the spring back feature. And here you can see different timings. You can go up to 1 bar. So it's 1/4 now, 1/4 note. It is in 1/4 note, it goes back. And then you can create some very cool things if you record this. And that I did try in the release version, but that was still a bug. So I'm recording this now, and that's very cool that you can use this spring back feature now, also with parameter recording. Okay, I did record this now. Of course, don't look to the example. It's not very nice sounding. I will do it in a second also on the tambourine. But now it plays back. And you get it. There it goes. Now it's recorded. And if you go to the automation, we can show the automation. If I'm not, oh yeah, here it is. There is the automation. And there you can see how it goes down. So it's John did fix this, and it's very cool. So now this is also possible. And also with Delsane, we had the same issue, so also we fixed Delsane. So let's open this one again. I close this one on the kick, and I go to Delsane, and I put Delsane on the tambourine. Okay, the tambourine is this one. Okay, and by the way, most recent all plugins, current plugins we have are all VST3 now. So for the ones who are using Cubase 12. Okay, so I'm picking here, and then for Delsane you need to go in the delay, and there you will find Delsane. By the way, also the older RP delay. So here I pick Delsane. Here it is, and then okay, here we have a stereo sequence. Go some changes to feedback and the high pass filter, but let's make that a bit more weird. So I'm gonna do frequency shift, make the high pass filter a bit more. Hear that? The delay goes. Okay, let's give it a try. So also here record. It's not a very good sound for this, by the way, I notice now. But just give it a shot. And here you see the spring back is half a note, half a bar. So you click here. Okay, it goes very slow. Oh no, it doesn't like what I'm doing. Okay. Okay, I thought that we fixed that. So half bar is a problem. I thought we fixed this. Yeah, see, now it's starting to do some odd stuff. Yeah, something we still... Oh, do I have maybe the wrong version? I thought I did run the update. Okay, let's see. Because I can check it. Check for updates. Oh, I have the last version. That's version B. But yeah, we are going to have version C also. Because what in Distort is now fixed is still not okay in Delsane. But that's something for tomorrow. And I'm pretty sure that John will fix this tomorrow already. So that we have that one also out of the way as being a bug. What is not a problem if you would simply use without the spring back, then the problem is not there. So if you say the spring back off, you simply record this, then it's simply a movement you record as a parameter. So let's try that. But it's about the... So I can still hear. And now the spring, yeah, now it's totally messed up. For some reason, it's messed up. I don't know why, but it's messed up. Okay, something for to check. At least in Upper Distort 2, it's fixed now. But here in Delsane, we still have a problem. Okay, so let's see what the chat room has to say today. That is some boom bass too. So let me open something so that I can check the chat room and you have something nice to look at. Yeah, if you have a question, just let me know. And for the ones who live in the Netherlands, I will be playing a very short live session together with Ron Boots in the Netherlands, in Eindhoven. A Klaus Schulze tribute we do in this electronic music festival. It's in the Netherlands, Eindhoven. There's still tickets you can pick up. There are many artists playing that day. It's in the Nat Lab. That's the facility with the concert room. And Ron Boots and I do a spontaneous Klaus Schulze tribute, which is, of course, for anyone, of course, I think many people know Klaus Schulze. He's one of the founders of the Berlin School of Electronic Music. Many artists, including me, are influenced by his music, and I can recall that when I was young, that I saw this album X, that I was totally impressed by not only the cover but also the music on side of it. Okay, so that's a side note on that. Okay, let me see. I see some things about yeah, Prisma. If you have, even if you only have Predator 3, or maybe you only have Go 2, with Prisma you still can use it. I mean, the preset which will simply play, if you don't have Punch 2, it will only play the Predator 3 presets here. So Punch 2 will be then ignored, but it still can play the so the tabla sound you will not hear, but you will hear the other things. So yeah, there are many super pads, I call them, very nice pad sounds. And last week I played this time timer pad, which is a very nice combination of Blade 2 together with Quad. So there are many very nice sounds in Prisma. It only takes a little bit of time. If you go now to the next preset, you see just say loading preset, so that takes, it uses twice Bluetooth. So really cool. It's like having two synthesizers on top of each other. In fact, you can even create 4. Johan, yeah, cool, yeah, it's a surprise act, and it was essentially, it popped up in my mind, so I called Ron Boots, which was also influenced by Klaus Schulze, and said, well, should we do an improvisation session? And that's so I make it a basic thing, and we improvise, because yeah, Klaus Schulze was, unlike my own music like Nova and Peru, which was very organized, melody, chorus, verse, Klaus Schulze was really making a soundscape and improvising. So that's what we are going to do. I take some gear with me. I have then the main computer for sequencing. I have the laptop for synth sounds. I take with me the modular system and the little fatty for leads, and yeah, we will have some fun. It will be around 20 to 30 minutes, this session. So I'm preparing that now, tomorrow and Saturday, and yeah, it's gonna be fun. And then of course it's a nice thing, and yeah, we need to remember this great artist, which was really on the base of electronic music. Okay, is there any question? Let me know. You wonder, of course, what is going on with Blue 3? Yeah, we're working on this one very hard. We are now we have the features are laid out. You can load samples, your own samples. There will be a string model, from Subboom Bass 2. There we have the string model. Let's play a sound with that to give you an impression. This one. It's a combination with real bass. This is the string sound. And you see we have some additional features. It's the Car Plus system, but we added some additional cool things like different waveforms which you can have for the start initial transit that generates the sound. So it's a kind of short transit, and then a kind of feedback type of thing, delay feedback. It's hard to explain, but... And then, yeah, we have the option in Subboom Bass 2 that you still can use the sub oscillator. So it's a very a car plus with plus added. So even more what is. And you can combine that with. So what it makes is that you get a bit more live feel to a big sample. Well, that's of course a normal sound. So that it will have, and it will have also granular, which is essentially also inside this one. So if you have a cobell here, you can granular, you can put on granular. And this is also possible granular than for in Blue 3. The size will be bigger, so the interface will be bigger. The sequencer will be a bigger screen where you can also do some wave sequencing type of things, which essentially is also a little bit in of course, Sublime Bass 2, a paturator inside of it, the XY, of course, and hopefully a lot of new cool sounds. And of course, it will be different user interface sizes, but before we can have it all ready, it's still a lot of work. I have, for instance, also very nice, excuse me, flute samples, which I still need to add it. I did recorded them some time ago, a real flute, and but I need to loop it, place it over the keyboard. So yeah, in that kind of things, a lot of time goes into this. Okay. I'm checking the live stream up here. Yeah, okay. No questions. Good. So then we have next month a free plugin also, but I'm not going to tell you what it will be because it's going to be a very cool one for everyone. Because in June, the brand Papen is 25 years. So we're going to celebrate that next month with a free plugin. And of course, that one is essentially not only for the users or customers, but for everybody. So in the end, everybody will have maybe a Papen plugin in his computer. That could well be after we release it, because it's very cool. It's a basic thing, but it does, as always, with our stuff, some special stuff. So and it's gonna be for free. Okay. Yeah, you see here, Blue 2, down here, for instance, what the things what we also will do, the multi-envelope will be there, but for instance, little updates, if the sequencer is active, that it lights up, this screen will be much bigger so that you have far more control. The XY will be on the front section, so you don't have to go to this. This, of course, shows a lot. But if you're playing, you not necessarily have to see all the other stuff. So we'll have it also on the main screen. Spring Fair was the sound. So I'm just in the introduction bank, and also some brilliant sounds by Jamal. He uses here FM synthesis, A, B, C, and D. It's in, if you go to the algorithm, you see it's a kind of combination, modulating each other. So oscillator A modulates B, and B modulates C. So here is the connection, and then he adds a xylophone to it. So essentially A, B, C is this, which is already a harp, but if you add D, you have a knife attack, and that's the attack from its xylophone. I'm not sure if he did cut down the envelope of it. Yeah, you see it's very short. The envelope is very steep, so the D is very short. So the xylophone doesn't sound, it's made very short. The reverb makes it longer. That's nice. With Bluetooth, you not only have FM synthesis, but you can combine it together with samples. Okay, here's a what computer do you use for your software? Well, my basic main computer is a E9. That's a few months ago I purchased a new E9, and you see I have two monitors. Maybe I can show this by moving this a little bit. Here you see my live stream setup. So here's what I watch in front of me, what you see, and up here then I can see the chat, and I see also the OBS software. So and down here is my computer. You see it's in a 19-inch rack. Yeah, there's my microphone so that you can hear me. So if I go down, you can see. It's a bit hard for you, but there's mine in a 19-inch rack. I have it with a RME audio card, which has 8 in, 8 out. So this 19-inch I also take with me on stage. That's why I put it in the flight case, so that it's mobile. Of course, you need to be very careful. And it's a let's see if the webcam. Yeah, so it's a very fast computer. I have 3 hard disk SSD, one of course for the software parts and the main parts. So and it's a very fast machine. The latency is extremely fast. I did not went to the utterly most thing of it. So if you go to my audio card, here's my audio card. Let me see the control page I need to have. You see, no, the latency is in Cubase. Let me see. Studio setup. Oh yeah, I have a latency of 4 milliseconds. So maybe I can make it even faster. I did not try that because this is already very good for me. I mean, even if you would have a EMU sampler, for instance, or any other sampler that already also has latency. Some people don't know that, but we don't hear that, of course. Okay, another question. No, it's not available anymore. Yeah. This product, some people still ask for the older Albino 3, but it's not available anymore. I don't think that it will be, also can be installed on the latest Apple computer because Apple changes so much their operation system, and it's all pretty small. So it's starting to get outdated. Of course, it's for that time a nice synthesizer, but if you compare it with a current product line, it lacks a little bit of power in terms of dynamics, and of course, the reverb quality is not as good as our current products. Some people ask, why don't you bring it back? Well, first of all, I had to acquire the code for it, but I have no idea where this guy hangs out. So Limpler stopped. I have no idea where he is and how much money he wants to have for that. And then it takes a lot of time to make it again up to date, because people then just want to have it then also with different user interface sizes, bank manager, you name it. And essentially, I don't want to waste time on this because in terms of sound, I think our current product line throws this synthesizer out of the water easily. I mean, I challenge everybody to make, for instance, a pad sound, which you have here on Predator 3, to create that one with for instance, Albino 3. You can forget that. It's another level. So if you would play next to each other, you would hear it. Of course, at that time it was a very good machine, but it's it what could call it now, of course, a retro. But it's too much time. We don't know where this programmer is, and even if we could purchase his code for a fair price, it would still be a lot of work to bring it back. And then, so that's the reason why it's not available one. At that time, it was absolutely nice, and it's time far ahead, definitely. But the cooperation with this programmer was not as good as expected, as I wanted to have it. So therefore, I stopped this whole operation. And in the meantime, I already was working with John Iris, which is, as you know, a brilliant coder and my partner in crime already for many years. Okay, another question is, I run a software on an Asus Strix Gaming. Oh yeah, I'm not so good in the processors these days. I know this one is a E7. Maybe we can see it in some way. About this computer, I think. System. Let's give it a try. System information. Aha, you see it here. Here we have some information. I have an 11th generation R register core trademark E9 11900F at 2.5 gigahertz, 8 core, 16 logic processors. Whoa. And my memory, I think it's also 32 gigabyte, yes. Yeah, very nice system. And I purchased it in a specialized shop here in the Netherlands, i4 Studio in Eindhoven, and it's a very good system. Thanks. That harp preset Jamal is the same as Deep Breakfast, Ray Lunch. So nice to play that song. Oh, I don't know that song, but that's cool. Yeah, Edgar Froese used it, but also Klaus Schulze, because at that time when we released that, Klaus Schulze dropped me an email and said, "Oh, can you arrange for me, of course, Albino 3?" And of course I said, "Well, sure. It's not a problem." And in return, he sent me back a pile of CDs. So very, very nice guy. So he also used it. And from Edgar Froese, I don't know that he used it as well. So, yeah, I had last week, I saw in the office the keyboard player from Rammstein using Predator 2. So, yeah, my products fly around a lot under many artists. And that's where they are created for creating music and having fun. And Shomer says, yeah, Bluetooth, indeed. I'm not sure if he uses this now because he's very back to the hardware, but I think Jean-Michel Jarre also used in the very past the Orbit 3, where the EMU Orbit 3 had both of my ROM cards inside of it. It had the TechnoSynth Construction Yard and the Beat Garden, and that was the Orbit 3, which is still in my rack now. And I thought he did use that one also. So, yeah, next week there will be most likely a live stream, or I'm busy with preparing. So I'm not sure if next week we have a live stream, because of course, when we play this tribute to Klaus Schulze, I really want to have the vibe of Klaus Schulze, this dreamy, Berlin school thing. And so it's going to be cool, and I'm really looking forward. And also, yeah, as mentioned, eLive, it's not far from the German border. So if you live in Aachen, Dortmund, Düsseldorf, that area, Eindhoven is very close. So if you like electronic music, the whole days they have many live concerts from various artists. You can purchase CDs there, and it really has a very relaxed vibe over there. And it's of course a very small community, this electronic music scene. but it's lovely. Yeah, we will have Explorer rent to own, but we have that, but only on request. So it means if you have one product already, then you can drop us an email and then you can pay the other rest in 6 months. We also had the 12 months option, but that went not so well because that's for some people too long. And then suddenly they forget that they had to pay it. And then, yeah, we have a lot of work to fix that again. So this 2-Butnick, if you have one product already, drop us an email and then we can arrange that and you have a rent to own. And what we also do in the meantime, if you have this rent to own, let's say if in these 6 months you pay that and the other bundle comes out, for instance, Explorer 8, could be maybe in 6 months. I don't think so, but could be. Then you get a free upgrade. So that's also what we do. So if there is in the term when you have this rent to own, you can you get also the free update. Yes. Okay, so Predator 3, yeah, the one thing which I missed totally because we were so busy, we had to rearrange our distribution in Europe, so I had a little time for the regular stuff, is creating videos. So I did create a video for Predator 3 and the Bank Manager. Oh no, that's not one. That one is from Predator 2. No, I created a video about, no, I did have one for Predator 3 for the Bank Manager. So if you have Predator 3, go to the playlist in YouTube and select Predator 3. There you have the bank and preset management. There I explain how you can use this system here. It's still very brief. I don't go too deeply in some details. I mean, here, if you want to rename a preset, I mean, that's straightforward. But I explain why we have this on the right-hand side, start reading 0. These are the new Predator 2 and Predator 3 presets. And down here, we have the original presets from Predator. So then I did also a video about the special mode where you can morph between 2 presets, the intelligent preset variation. And the next one I want to do is the play mode. So explain what you need to do or not do with the advanced, how the core memory works, and that kind of thing. So so that's something I need to catch up. And of course, an arpeggiator video that will take quite some long time. Sometimes I work with a script, but with some videos I will simply do a kind of live recording and do a little bit editing, which then means that sometimes my English will be a bit funny for original English people, but at least I can explain things. So so yeah, we see the audio engine. Yeah, you're late. Yeah, I mentioned that we will have a Klaus Schulze tribute in Eindhoven. But of course, that's for some people a bit far away. In Eindhoven, and will be the 14th of May. So no, not next Saturday, but the other Saturday. If you like electronic music, come over there. Yeah, Predator 3, you see the user interface changed because essentially we released Predator 2, but personally I was not 100% happy about the user interface because I found it too busy for the eyes. Red and black is already something, a little bit of a problem for some people. And so if I look here on the instrument, I take down, for instance, Predator 2. So here, oh, it's a small one. There are still people who like this. I select the big screen, so I need to reselect again. So if I pull them over, that you will understand why we went different from it. So here you see a lot of controls, but it's a bit overwhelming. You see this dark and red is for some people a problem. So it's for your eyes, this is it's cool, but it's because Predator has so many features already, And one problem I thought was that here you have to switch between these two filter types. If you have two filters, but both were not visible. So we move the play mode to this section here, and that made everything. So it's really a evolution in the workflow. Apart from the new features we have, of course, the arpeggiator did get new stuff. With ratcheting and that things. But so if I go throw this one now aside and you see Predator 3, where are you? You see, it's more calm for your eyes. It's still many controls, but it looks if there are less, but it's not the case. So we have then, if you don't use any of the pages, we have this graphic animation, which makes everything also calm looking. I lost track. I derailed myself. So yeah, what you see is far more relaxing for your eyes in terms of. When I play the sound, you have this graphic thing, which you can shut off. By the way, we have here the control page with many features, graphics, dial animation can put on off, oscillator wave animation can put on off, 3D animation, set color to red. Then you set it to red. Yeah, all these kind of things. This here, this color here. Here it is red. So I click wrongly. Set color back to white. So you have far more. It's more relaxing for the eyes. So that's one main thing, which I think which is a huge improvement. So I when I bring this one over here again, you can see this is far more intimidating. That's the right word for it. And the red is for some people. So we had far more people complaining about this one, that it was too dark and too overwhelming. So we made a white version, which I didn't really like. So we went with the Predator 3 to a new design, and this is I'm now very happy about it. I think this one is really great. And we have the two filters are always visible, and you have the routing here. You can have also the routing. So it's a huge improvement in terms of user interface. We have new features, and of course we have also some BIT added to. So some code from BIT we added to Predator 3, which means that the analog type of sounds are far more analog. I mean, it's a big difference. So the audio quality, I mean, and Predator 2 was already very good, but it's I think we cannot go higher than this. There's no way we get. I think this is really the top notch in terms of audio quality. Of course, it comes with a price, a little bit more CPU, but that's today with all the powerful computers. It's I mean, Predator 3 on a 15-year-old computer, of course, is a little bit of a hog, but if you have a modern computer, it's not a problem at all. And there's here how much harmonics there are. So you hear it's a very bright sound, but still much more harmonics if I open the filter. Let's see if I'm missing something. Yeah, I think I made also a very nice lead sound. If you go to synths here. Yeah, it's really a... Where is it again? sound, but I don't see it. Or maybe here. Nice bass, but it's not the sound I'm looking for. Yeah, there's a sync sound with a flanger. It's very dirty, isn't it? Yeah, I'm looking for one particular sound, which I cannot find. Yeah, here we have the Berlin voice, which is, of course, a hint to the PPG sound. So Predator 3 is really a hybrid, so it does analog style sounds, but also digital sounds. It's not sample based, these are wavetables. Oh, you mean this bass? Maybe this one, this calling Berlin sequence? Or the other one? I'm not sure. Which one was the other one I played? Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, there are many presets, of course, on board. Recently, we added this Sangini project, which has some very nice pad sounds. Some very good ones. Yeah, we still need to expand. There's so much still possible. So effect sounds. Oh, we created during the live stream, you talked about electronic musicians. Jean-Michel Jarre. This typical sound. Now with the modulation wheel. So we did that during a live stream. So it's FX Jarre modulation wheel. Fall into defect. You don't need defects. Okay, yeah, repeating sound. Yeah. Yeah, it's a versatile synth. It's and of course Blue 2 goes even more over the top in terms of synthesis. I think Predator 3 is a very nice combination of two things together. And so I'm checking the chat room from the live stream, and if there's maybe a question, maybe you have a question about one product, let me know. And sometimes probably the synth store began in Eindhoven at Philips. I'm not sure. The very first synthesizer. It goes back far more than I think somewhere in the 60s. I think the Bob Moog was the first really musical focus synthesizer. The other ones I think ahead of that were more experimental, a bit bleep-bloppious like this, you know. Oh, yes, I have a synthesizer, but you cannot use it musically. So Bob Moog really made it musical, and he came in 1964. He came with the Moog modular system, which this big machine with all the patch cable, and later on he created the Mini Moog, which was a stage machine. So, which of your synths are you most proud of? That's a good one. Essentially, I love them all. It's all they all have their own things. Of course, in terms of as a programmer, for instance, a Blue 2 has almost no limitation, so that's always a surprise machine. But yeah, because they all have their own focus, they all are cool. Of course, if it's my type of music, I would not use, for instance, raw, because that's really focusing on the distorted dance producers. I'm not creating myself these things. And so from that point, I think Blue 2, Predator, yeah. But BIT I also like a lot. I created a sound which I'm gonna start with so I can, because we want a tribute to Klaus Schulze in that lab in Eindhoven. So the tribute in the so let me play it for you. I created one sound, add track instruments. I need to pick a bit. Where are you? Here it is. And I have my Rob bank. And let me see where it is. Because you know Time Wind from Klaus Schulze? So we start this session. There's one sequence sound, but that's not the one. I saved it here, but where it is? Oh, order by date. Haha. Time Wind. So this is the, well, so if you will be there Saturday, I already have a spoiler. This will be the starting sound. Oh, shame on Rob. Yeah, so if you know Time Wind from Klaus Schulze, you can know my hint. Of course, we will not play that piece, but we improvise in the style of Klaus Schulze in the German. It's cool. Okay, guys. Thank you for watching. An hour already flight. If you missed it, yeah, you know it. You can always start at the beginning. It's in the playlist. Live streams, and then you can start it from the start. Okay, there's still a question here. No question, a comment. My wife wishes from time to time some new music from me. Since 3 weeks, she wishes music with Aurora pamphlet. Oh, nice. Yeah, nice, Hannes. Yeah, that one, you can download this. Cool. Yeah, that's nice to read. Super. Okay. Well, guys, stay safe. Enjoy creating music. Hopefully, I can see you in 2 weeks live on eLive in Eindhoven. And if you have a question about it, yeah, just check. Type in eLive, and then you will see the homepage about eLive. It's in Eindhoven, in this facility. And somebody said, yeah, it's Nat Lab, which is also one of the birthplaces of Philips. So it's a very special location. You can eat something there. It's a nice room, nice concert room, and so that's going to be cool. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, and hope to see you next week. Bye.